Welcome back. We are back. Welcome to Let Me Finish.
I'm Jillian.
I'm Janice, guys. Sorry. We are back, guys. It has been a while.
It has been
Have
2
you
months.
Did you miss me?
Me?
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
you saw me all the time.
Yeah.
So you get to always hear my voice. Good for you.
I miss recording.
Yeah. I mean, I think
It was
that's why I
fun.
think we took a little longer than we usually do this last time. But jumping right into it, I mean, what I've been up to is I had my second surgery. So I had my second surgery in December. If you know, you know. Some people know all the details. But anyways, I was down and out for a couple weeks. So I was just healing, but now that I had the second surgery, everything is on the mend and I'm healing and no more surgeries anytime soon or anything coming up.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully that's the case for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Right. So Jillian's been a trooper and our mom's here. So she's been down here, but yeah, I've just been, really just healing up and trying to just stay off my feet and not overdo it, as mom says that I like to overdo it. So
Yeah. And then we had the holidays. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
yeah.
So we went through all of that. And we just been really, like I said, it was a rough time. And so we were just taking our time to, I would say, get back on our feet, gather ourselves, and
Yeah.
because there was a lot that was going on, and so we had to put our focus on that
Yeah.
situation. And
On
so
me.
I'm glad that we're through
Yeah, for real.
the other end now, and so all that's behind us. And so
Yeah, thank
I'm just
God.
so grateful that we are seeing brighter days, I guess you can say. So
Yeah, I mean, now that, I think I went shopping with mom last weekend, and I think Jillian spent a day with her yesterday, and so we're just soaking up mom time, right?
yeah, because she leaves pretty soon.
And it was her birthday last week, Thursday. So, yeah, so we were celebrating her birthday while she was here. But yeah, so we're going to be sad to see her go. I am. To be fair, it's been kind of quiet in the house, like, because for the last like 7 weeks or so when I had her, she was always there.
Yeah. Nice.
Always somebody to chit chat with,
Yeah, exactly.
Go.
Because
do random errands with.
she'll come and be like, well, what about this? Did you hear about this? And even when she's back home, I call her and we shoot the shit all the time. So it's not that,
really?
but yeah.
How often do you talk to mom?
It depends. I try and check in every couple days.
Oh, really? So you would say you talk to her 2 to 3 times a week?
Sometimes, and then other times I'll probably go the whole week without talking to her. It depends
Okay.
if I don't have anything going on and she doesn't have anything going on. It's kind of like, what are we going to talk about?
So the funny thing is, I saw something on TikTok, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But I saw something on TikTok where it was like a group of just like, I think they were like hockey players or something, football, like, I don't know. It definitely seemed like ice. So it seemed like hockey. And they were all like, how often do you talk to your mom? And like literally so many of them were like every day. I was like, that's so cute.
I guess if they're wow.
I was like, every day?
Are they in college or?
I guess I didn't really gauge. I would say these are probably college age boys or a little older, like 20. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely seems like school. It's like organized sports, and they weren't professionals. I don't think they're like pro players.
Oh, okay.
So maybe like semi-pro, college.
Oh yeah, so they're probably away from home, and then I don't know.
Like majority of them said like 2 to 3 times a week or every day.
Oh,
And I was
nice.
like, if somebody asked me that question on a normal basis, I'm embarrassed to say.
Oh my god. So
I probably say like once a month.
I would say
That
no.
horrible?
Okay, no, I don't go once a month.
That's horrible, huh?
Because
but I'm not good about reaching out
no.
to people. I'm really not. Jillian will be like, "Hey, wellness check." I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
I'm
do.
good.
I do. If I haven't talked to you or Stacy in a while, I'll be like, well, let's check. I want to just make sure y'all are still alive. And
Yeah, girl, I
kicking.
don't know. I mean, every time you do it, I'm like, oh yeah, that was nice. I should do that. And then
Yeah.
I don't think about it.
Yeah.
But I'm not
I just
really
think-
one of those type of people.
I just think it just depends on everyone's. I wouldn't say you would have to feel bad because everyone's relationship is unique. in their own way. You've said it before with your friends. There are certain friends that you have to talk to them every single day.
They need me to.
Yeah, and so that's the dynamic that y'all have. And then there are other friends where you guys can go months, and then as soon as you guys hook back up and start talking, it's like no time has passed.
That's so funny because my friend Courtney was just in town.
Yeah,
and so she's probably my oldest. No, Michael probably would be. And we need to give an update about Michael, but yeah. So I would say Courtney is my oldest friend that I've kept in contact with, who doesn't live close to me, but every time I see her, she's in town, we hung out, and it's always a good time. So
yeah.
But yeah, so guys, just so you guys know, Michael isn't joining us today. He's still going through, I think all of us we're just going through a very rough end of 2024 for myself, for Michael, Jillian for just supporting us both. And so yeah, so he's just gonna be on hiatus for a little bit, but we were praying for him, and I can't wait for him to come back.
Yeah, well, we definitely, he's still in the trying to
figure he's one of the me's, or the number 3s in me.
Yeah, so he's still, if you guys pray, keep him in your prayers, because right now he's going through it now. We're just hoping for he's still in the thick of it with what's going on with him, so we want him to have a speedy recovery and get back to us as soon as possible, and want him to be at 100%.
But we want him to take his time.
So we told him, just whenever you're ready, just let us know. We'll
be here.
We'll just have to carry it until his back, and that's okay. We're totally fine with that, and we're just hoping Michael a speedy recovery as well.
Yay, Michael, love you. Okay, so our New Year. So New Year's came, right? What else did we talk about? So with the New Year came the idea of no more TikTok.
Oh yeah, girl. I was like, okay, so funny story.
Wait, I want to tell them about the meme I sent you. Is that what you're gonna tell them?
Yeah, that was a part of it too, because the meme you sent me would describe me to the T.
I was like, oh my God, Jillian, this is gonna be, and I said this is gonna be us, but really I meant you, but I didn't want to say girl, you're an addict.
You can call me out. So anyone who has, Janice knows I'm a huge Hunger Games fan, so I read all the books, I saw all the movies. And
it's good.
And so there's a scene in Catching Fire where one of the characters kept saying TikTok, 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 because the arena that they were in was in the shape of a clock,
and she was hallucinating and going crazy.
Yeah, and she was going crazy, and she just kept saying TikTok, TikTok, TikTok.
But she kept saying it like TikTok, TikTok, TikTok.
Yeah, trying to explain to all her other players, like, hey, it's this arena is set up like a clock.
She sounds like she's, so as she's saying TikTok, trying to explain to your point, she sounds like she's just going through her psychotic break, so nobody's paying her any mind.
Exactly.
And she just sounds like a crazy lady.
Right. So she sent it to me, and she goes, this is going to be all of us tomorrow. And I said, oh my God, yes, because
TikTok.
Why did because there was many different conflicting stories as far as what would happen once the ban went through.
I know.
Some people said, hey, you'd still be able to get on, but you just eventually what will happen, because the App Store with Apple or Google Store wouldn't allow updates of the TikTok app, because it's going to be banned. So they're going to take it off the TikTok app. So you can't download it and you can't update if you currently already have it on your phone. People were talking about, we'll just get a VPN and act like we're in a different country and see if it works, yada, yada, yada.
I never thought about that, but yeah, I guess you could.
So what happened is that they completely shut it. If you registered your account in the US, it did not work at all. They completely shut down their US servers, so it didn't matter. And so I literally, it was Sunday that it Saturday night that it went dark. And
as she's scrolling,
I was literally all day Saturday. I'm going to TikTok my brains out because I love this app. It's just I've learned so much on TikTok.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I get my little tea.
Good for TikTok. It's out here educating folks.
It is. I mean, it has. I think honestly, I will go to TikTok if I want to learn something, or have an
It
idea,
is a
but
quick little, like,
before I'll go
how
to Google. Yeah.
You're like, because then usually somebody has how to and like done the video for it. So that's true. I will give you that.
So I mean, I would search TikTok before I go search Google. So I feel like it's just that powerful.
You search TikTok before you search Google, bro? Stop.
I'd be like,
stop. That's why. Okay, so now y'all see why I sent her this meme.
Exactly.
She's such a let me tell you, anytime I get on TikTok, it always says Julian's active.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like I would literally be watching TV.
I wonder if it's gonna be in the background.
That's what it is. I literally be watching TV and I'm like scrolling through TikTok.
So really not watching TV. The TV's watching you as you watch TikTok.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like being my comfort thing.
Well,
for so long.
I will say I thought the funniest part of it was, first of all, that it went away and came back so quick. I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was really like, oh, damn, it's really shut down. Because I randomly got on.
It's only, and really, honestly, they've
for
only
another
had
90 days.
Like, yes, I think they said 75 days. So we'll see again in March where we're at.
Where we're at.
Yeah.
That was funny. And then, of course, I was like, why are they, I don't know. It just seems really strange that when it went away and the message when it came back was all about like Trump. I was like,
yeah,
what
thank
the
you,
fuck
Trump.
is
I'm
this?
just like, he's the reason why it got banned in the first place.
I was like, what do you mean, thank you, Trump?
Yeah, he's the reason why he got banned in the first place. I'm just
I
like,
was like, I was like, is this a political stunt? Like,
I don't
what's
know.
happening?
I don't know. Like, it's
What is
so
happening?
weird.
Because I'm like, first of all, they know he was the one that almost got it banned.
Yeah.
And brought it to the forefront of anybody's mind to do it.
Yeah.
And then when it goes down, then you're like, hey, but Trump is going to try and get it back. Don't you guys worry. Not even 5 hours later, here you are. Hits back, but thank Donald Trump. I was like, what?
Yeah. I think it was only down for like 18 hours. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's funny because some people, now it's still not available for download on the App Store.
Oh, did you see the stuff with people's phones where they were selling their phones with the app on there for like $3,000?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Like
yeah, because if you buy a new phone, you can't
download it
onto the new phone.
So people are keeping their old phones so that they can keep have TikTok and pay for the service. I'm like, that's crazy. And then also people are selling it on eBay. I mean, Lakin said she saw one for like 20 grand. I was like, that's crazy.
I'm telling you, people are obsessed.
I will sell my phone right now for 20 grand. Let's go. That's fine. I don't need TikTok.
You don't need TikTok.
Girl, let me take $20,000 and go start up my own investment business to be the next TikTok. How about that?
There you go.
Okay.
That's an idea.
Okay.
But yeah, it's crazy because people are obsessed, and I'm just like, I'm not the only one. I'm not alone in my obsession with TikTok. So there's that. So I don't feel alone because everyone else was geeking out too. So it's not just me.
I mean, yes, you were not the only one.
Right.
But you were one of the very first people that came to mind when I really saw it was down. I was like, oh shit, Jill must be flipping out.
I was flipping out.
And then I went to my friend Ashley's house, and then she's like, you know, it's back. I was like, no, it's not back. Really? I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah. And I think I called you to tell you it was back too.
Yeah. Like I haven't, like it had gone down that night, but I hadn't gotten on it. Cause I don't know. I get on TikTok, but I don't get on TikTok.
No, I do.
It's not like that.
Yeah, I do.
It's
just
up
like,
there. I'll have my TikTok scrolls while I like scroll. But I'll go days without getting on.
No, I can't go days. That's the first thing I do in the morning.
Oh, let me find out.
The last thing I do
like,
at night.
What is my daily dose of news? TikTok. What is it?
Yeah.
First thing when you wake up, you open your eyes, you go to TikTok.
Yeah.
Let me find out.
I mean, I do TikTok and I do my New York Times puzzles, but other than that,
your New York Times puzzles. Oh, aren't you so cute?
Yeah, I do connections and strands. I don't do Wordle. People do Wordle. I don't like it.
I don't even know what. I have no idea what any of those are. So fine.
You can download it for free and play it for free.
I don't even know what the games are.
Connections is just you have a bunch of words and you're trying to find group words. Girl, I'll show it to you later.
Yeah, girl. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I like it. It's not. I like. But I like little brain teasers and things like that. So it's good little.
I feel like it's probably good exercise for your brain. I'm pretty sure if they ever sat there and did our IQs, yours would be so much higher than mine.
Girl, shut up.
Maybe I would surprise you, and mine would be higher than yours.
Maybe.
You never know.
I'm not. I was like, maybe one day I'll be on Jeopardy, but I'm like, I'm not that smart. Maybe like Celebrity Jeopardy.
She said I'm not that smart.
I'm not that smart.
I mean, I can get some answers, but nowhere near to be getting on no damn show.
Well, you have to be strategic, and like I said, if it's like questions like Celebrity Jeopardy, I can do this. But like,
if they're like seriously like only for smart people, then maybe we're out.
Yeah, I mean, I can answer some questions, but to be
I know that's what I'm
enough
saying.
to be
get on the show.
Contender and be like those people were really smart. Like,
oh yeah, those are like genius level people.
Yeah, so
but what we could do is we could go on Family Feud. We could kill that.
I think we could. I think we could. Even though sometimes I'd be like, I don't know. It's just things like
you can't think of what's
pressure.
the actual answer. You have to think about what do people say.
Yeah, that's true.
Because people say some off the wall shit.
Yeah,
for real.
That's true.
Because this bar I used to go to used to do trivia, and it was like trivia like that. So then it would piss me off. Because I'd be like, this is not even really trivia. These are not facts.
So that's not your kind of trivia game.
This is bullshit. This is random people's opinion.
Speaking of trivia, we have got to find a trivia night place again. Like, I really miss us doing that.
That was fun. I think there's this place called Brass Tap over there where I live, and they do it every Wednesday.
Oh, that would work for me. Wednesdays would work for me.
Okay. We can definitely.
What kind of trivia?
I think it's all kinds, because I think at one point they had Schitt's Creek, which Jillian doesn't watch.
I've only seen like the first one or two
so
seasons.
Sick of you. I don't understand who can watch Schitt's Creek and not finish it. It's crazy because now you and Lakin are the same way, and it just drives me bonkers.
But you do realize I don't watch comedies. That's very it's very hard for me. It's very, like I said, like the only quote unquote sitcom or comedy.
I don't think that Lakin really likes comedy either, so maybe that's why she doesn't like Schitt's Creek.
don't. And really the only quote unquote comedy that I consistently watch right now is Abbott Elementary. That is it. But Quinta Brunson, I think she's an absolute genius. Like anything she's doing, I'm there.
Who's Quinta Brunson?
She's the star of the show. But she's a
Abbott
writer.
Elementary.
But I've seen her other work.
The queen, the goat is of that though is Issa Rae. She's the best.
Issa Rae. Issa Rae's not in that show.
I'm doing just a writer who's also acts and is funny.
Yeah, Issa Rae, she's good. She is good, and I loved Insecure, but I
just one of them days. Shout out to Issa Rae.
So, have you seen it?
No, but I want to
see it. You want to go this weekend?
Yeah, we can try and find some time.
Sometime, yeah.
Got a couple of things going
Maybe
on.
like Friday night or something.
Okay.
Let's
we
go
can go during the week too. We can go out to work one day.
Oh yeah, it's Half Price Tuesdays. We can go tomorrow.
Maybe.
Okay. Oh,
maybe.
Whenever.
A commitment strong. Whoa.
Whenever.
Whoa.
I do want to see that.
Commitment.
I do want to see that because people have been saying it's really, really funny. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not a comedy person.
If it's funny, like, don't drink your juice in the hood. Or the don't be a mess of South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Yeah. So I think I would liken it to Friday than that.
Okay.
Less of a parody.
Not like a slapstick kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a parody kind of thing. So yeah, because Issa, she's a producer, and of course Keke Palmer, she is just
so funny.
And
then what's her name? Isn't SZA in it?
Yes, and SZA is one of the other people. So we definitely.
Well, I love me some Keke Palmer, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna try and between now and the next time we record, maybe hopefully go see it.
Rose.
That was Keke.
Keke Palmer. Oh my God, there's this little clip, and it was her on this show called Pyramid, and it was her guessing with this other black girl. It's the funniest little clip I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
I was like, black people do have
Sixth Sense. Yeah,
we really
for real.
do.
We just have a shared experience, so we kind of like see things kind of.
Rose.
Yeah. So
Anyways,
what else? So while Janice was in hibernation, recovering,
I was.
she had a rewatch of Degrassi.
Oh, girl,
I
was like, what are you finna tell the world?
No. She did that, and then what else did we watch?
Rewatch of Degrassi. I sure did.
Yeah, we did
I sure did.
And then a new show came out.
Finished picking up. I finished out.
You watched all the Fast and Furious movies.
I watched all the Fast and Furious movies because I did a lot of binge watching shows. I finished Potomac, or I'm caught all the way up on Potomac, Real Housewives. Mm-hmm. Mostly, to be fair, Degrassi held me down. Degrassi held me down during that surgery.
Yeah.
I was down bad for some Degrassi again.
Yeah, because I would come over and she'd be watching. I'd be like, okay, so what happened with this person? Because I would miss some episodes and come back and be like, okay, what happened to this?
Because that was like my sick bed.
Yeah, I'm just
so everybody kept coming to my room and being like, hey, how you feeling? How you doing? And so then sometimes Jillian would sit in the room with me for a while, and then she'd be like, wait, what just happened? I'm like, girl, let me tell you what just happened.
And then I'll come back and be like, what happened to her baby?
Like, she died?
I'm just I'm like, damn, what happened there? Yeah, it's a lot.
It goes there. It really does.
It really does. And then the only other I did discover, I am a big fan of the first two James Patterson adaptation of Alex Cross, his character from his books.
What is that? Is that like action?
So it was Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider, which I read. I decided to go back because I've seen the movies, and they've now turned it into a series on Prime. Which I went back and read the first book, which was Along Came a Spider.
You're still reading,
and then I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading Kiss the Girls, which for me is I'm struggling with it because I do struggle with books that are a little bit too detailed when it comes to domestic violence and rape, and so I'm struggling a little bit. So I do kind of skim over a couple things where I'm just like, okay, this is too much. It's not fun anymore. In fact, I don't
want to read this.
Yeah, I had to DNF a book that from an author I really liked, Kennedy Ryan Longshot.
DNF?
Did not finish.
Oh, girl, okay. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
DNF, and so I am a huge fan of her books, and she actually really she probably wrote two of my favorite books last year, and this particular book, I'm like, okay, let me try another one. I'm gonna still give her another chance and read other books in this particular series, but that one, it started out good and I liked it. I'm like, okay, I like this chemistry between her, the main female character, and the main male character, but then the female main character has actually she's actually in a relationship, and kind of meets and kind of starts falling in love with the male main character, and unfortunately domestic violence is involved with her relationship. And there was one particular scene where they were going to just too much detail, and I'm just like,
do you think they romanticize that stuff in books?
No, that's one thing she did not. I wish there was more of a trigger warning on the book, which most books do offer that, which this is her earlier work, and the most recent works that her last two books that she has published, it had better trigger warnings on it. So I was actually really prepared in the other two books that I read from her, and so I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna have to kind of double check on this, and it just didn't have a really good heads up.
You don't have to watch it.
Yeah,
read it.
But I am excited. There's a third book in this series that is going to come out this year. I'm really excited for her. So Kennedy Ryan, she's still going to get me as a reader.
Still
so
love her.
Yeah, still love her. Just that particular book, it wasn't my cup of tea. So I've been doing that, and then
what I was gonna say. So let's just real quick. I mean, I know we were probably gonna let you guys go early today, but we wanted to talk about what our plan is for our 2025.
Well, I honestly, for 2025, I think we definitely want to grow the podcast for sure.
Yes, guys, you got to start holding us accountable to getting this thing on YouTube.
Yes.
We keep saying we're going to. We promise we will at some point.
Yeah. So
But
it's
end of
the
this
goal
last year was
is
rough.
to grow the podcast, and honestly, it's just make.
What's one goal? What's one goal to grow the podcast this year?
We definitely have to get on YouTube.
So we're both committed to getting
Yeah,
on YouTube.
and I
this
think
year.
honestly we don't promote it enough. We kind of just drop the episodes and kind of leave it there. We don't really be like, hey guys.
Whoever finds it, baby.
Yeah, we haven't really been posted. We do have our Let Me Finish Instagram page that we really don't keep people updated on when episodes drop. So we're gonna have to be more
Okay,
consistent about that. So
Okay, well, you gave us like 5 things to improve on to grow the podcast.
yeah, for sure.
Good for us. There's plenty to do.
Yes.
What else? That's it?
Yeah, I think that's for. And when it came to 2025, I didn't have any other. Like I said, we talked about growing the podcast, but other than that, I feel like, we'll see what happens.
There you
And
go. We'll see what happens. That's what we should just let things authentically happen and not try to pressure ourselves into things.
yeah,
But mine is to, well, we all made a commitment to each other, me, Jillian, and Stacy. We were going to try and go, I mean, I would say at least once a month to a new workout class.
mm-hmm.
Like on a weekend, just go find like, those random workout classes that people try. Like, I saw one was like, air aerobics to where you're in those like, I don't know, like sheets or something. I want to try that. I want to try TRX. I mean, I always love trying Pilates. We're going to go to a bar class this next weekend.
This weekend,
So
yeah.
yeah, I want to find like my next workout obsession.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what happens when I start working out something particular and I just love it, I'll just go obsessed with it and I'll go balls to the wall with it for a while.
Yeah.
That's how it was with Pilates. That's how it was with weightlifting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just and I really thought it was going to be bar next and I never ever tried it. So I'm excited to try it. And then I want to travel a lot more this year, which I think I already will with my new job.
Mm-hmm.
Which I already told the podcast to start a new job. But yeah, so with my new job, I'm going to be traveling more into different states and stuff. So just checking off some bucket list things.
Yeah.
Different states.
Yeah.
Travel. We want to go to New York for your birthday.
Yes.
I'm excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be super fun. My best friend's getting married this year.
Yay.
So yeah, I'll be in Colorado for that. I'm just a lot of great things coming up. And then all this while I'm not in pain and I'm healed.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for me.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to 2025. I think 2025 is going to be a great life-changing year. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, if I could close out the way 2024 ended and take some of that and move it in a positive direction, which is where I think I've started moving, then I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah. Me too.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Quick little update.
yes, we want to update you guys. Next week we're definitely gonna talk about Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively's lawsuit, y'all. So get ready. Come with your opinions because I'm sure we're gonna be coming with ours.
Yeah.
As you guys already know, we're not on the same side of this. We usually are not. I am. Jillian is, unless she's changed her mind, she was very strong. Team Justin, and
It's
I'm just like I'm team victim.
Okay.
And if Blake is the victim, I'm team her.
Okay.
If I'm not sure if it's all true, but again, I tend to believe the victim until it's proven that they're not telling the truth, because victims often get shunned. So
Yeah. No, honestly, for me, and we'll discuss this next week, is just all the stuff that's coming out. I'm just like,
doesn't that usually happen though? All this negative press happens about with the victim.
So I don't think it's necessarily
calling them a
negative
liar?
press. I'm not necessarily reading it, or I'm specifically, when I'm formulating my opinion, I'm looking specifically at court documents and things that have been submitted into court as far as evidence on both sides. And for me, I'm at the point where, like I said, we don't have the whole truth.
But it hasn't proven
The case
without the
hasn't-
shadow of a doubt that he did not harass
like I
her.
said, yeah, the case hasn't been presented yet. So I'm looking at this as if
I hope they televise it.
we'll see what happens. But what I'm looking at it so far, based on the court documents that have been presented so far, I'm looking at it. If I was on the jury, which way would I lean? And right now I'm leaning Justin, but that doesn't mean that there could be other things that Blake presents that could sway my mind. I'm not 100% convinced either way. And there's some things that have been coming out that I have found very interesting. Because I think a big part of what's going on has to do with Ryan Reynolds as well. And we've talked about this before. When it comes to the Ryan Reynolds hype and why people love him and think he's this cute, I've always had.
You just don't think he's cute? You don't like him?
It's not a like or hate. It's one of those things where I've always felt like something's off.
You don't get it.
I don't get it. And I feel like something's off.
Yes. Like he's a bad person?
I feel like what he presents to the world, I'm like, it doesn't match up. I feel like something else is going on.
Why? Okay. So yeah.
So we'll have to discuss that.
I don't know where that's coming from.
I've felt that for a very long time, but I felt like I was like, no one else felt like that. So I thought maybe my radar was just off and I was just tripping. But now with this
might still be. It
might still be tripping, but I'm like, I feel like
we don't know the man.
More stuff is coming out, and I'm just like, okay, maybe I wasn't tripping because I feel like there's like little kernels out there, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not 100% tripping. Maybe my radar was correct because I'm like, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just
Justin is a creepy little perv.
And it could be, and my instincts could be,
and he could. All of those things could be true, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Justin could be in the wrong. Ryan could be an asshole and a jealous jerk. Mm-hmm. Blake can be a puppet. All of that can be true.
All of it can be true, and we'll discuss
be
that.
Lying about parts of it. All of it could be true.
Yeah, because right now I think we're in the beginning of discovering what's going on.
I usually think when these kind of things happen, just kind of like how I thought with Johnny, like. You might not be as guilty as she's saying, but you're not innocent.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Johnny.
Yeah, me too.
You're not innocent. And so that's why I'm like, I don't think Justin's just completely this innocent bystander that's getting just railroaded.
Yeah, I definitely do think with Johnny Depp, I feel like I don't think she was defamatory in her statements. I think that jury was absolutely crazy for what they did. I think she was a victim of domestic violence at the hands of Johnny Depp, and how she chose to share that part of her life in that article that he says, okay, no, I didn't. She's lying. I think she was a victim. And
yeah, because I don't think she went out when she wrote that article as a way to like get Johnny.
Yeah, because she never mentioned his name.
Yeah, so I think it's just, yeah. But that's a whole nother story. Yeah. But like I said, like for me, the whole world, right, was just like, no way, Johnny. No, there's just no way he would do it. I was just like, I don't think I'm on that side.
No,
and I do tend to kind of lean that way with Blake as far as like, I don't know, Blake. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I have to hear everything. When there's smoke, there's usually fire. So.
Yeah. So we look at that. We've already made it into a 5-minute discussion.
I know, right? So
we're just closing
we'll discuss it. But next week we're gonna deep dive. So
yeah,
we're gonna have more information, and then you guys bring all of your fun opinions and send us any part of it you want us to dive into deeper.
Yeah,
any questions or anything you want us to like address.
Text, email.
Yeah, it's on our.
Or you can direct message us on Instagram.
Our TikTok page, our Instagram page. And you can also email us, let me finish with the E and me's and number 3.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here,
y'all.
All
right, guys. Me and Jillian are signing out.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.